Hi everyone, welcome to the lecture number 5 of unit number 2, applications of matrices. In this lecture, we'll start the third content of the unit number 2, that is quadratic forms. Okay, so very first we'll see the definition of a quadratic form. What do we mean by a quadratic form? And on this quadratic form, one special type of example that we are going to discuss. A homogeneous polynomial of second degree in any number of variables is called a quadratic form. First, it has to be a polynomial of second degree, and the number of variables doesn't matter. This degree of each term of that polynomial should be 2. Such a form is called as a quadratic form. This is the general definition you can see. And in our unit, we are going to see this type of quadratic form. Every quadratic form over a field f, where field is a field of some numbers in n variables x1, x2, xn, can be expressed in the form of x transpose into A into x. So this is a multiplication of three matrices, where x transpose is x raised to t is the transpose of x. This is the column vector x1, x2, xn. These variables I have written in the column. If you take transpose, it will be a row vector. Okay, and A is a symmetric matrix of order n over the field of f. Okay, this field may be field of real numbers or field of complex number, but out of that, in our syllabus we are going to restrict our field to real numbers field. Okay, now by a quadratic form in the form of matrices, we can write this quadratic form in the form of matrix as x transpose Ax, where x is the variables, column vector or row vector of variables. A is a symmetric matrix. So in every quadratic form you will have one symmetric matrix of order n. Whatever the number of variables you are having, that order symmetric matrix will exist there for every quadratic form. Okay, now let us see the definition for a three variable case. If we select our unknowns as x, y, z, the number of variables is 3. So the matrix will be symmetric matrix of order 3. The next transpose will be column row vector. This is a column vector, this is row vector. Okay, now we are considering A as a symmetric matrix, that is A transpose, or A transpose will be equal to A. Such a matrix we are considering. Diagonally we have taken A11, A22, A33, and these entries are A12, A13, A23, and the same entry appears on this side of the diagonal because A is a symmetric matrix. Now if you form this product x transpose Ax, in this way if you take the product, in the definition we have seen x transpose Ax. So after taking that product, you will get a polynomial of degree 2. You can see that each term's degree is 2, x square, y square. These other a11, a22 are the constants, and we are taking these constants from real numbers. Okay, real field. So it is a real quadratic form also, you can say. Now a11, a22, a33 are the numbers, and if you see the degree of the variables x square, y square, degree is 2. As it is quadratic form, so each term's degree will be 2, x into y. Degree of x is 1, y is 1, so we are having multiplication, so 1 plus 1, that is degree is 2 of this term. Of these next two terms also, degree is 2. Is a quadratic form in three variables. This definition we have discussed of quadratic form is in three variables. So these type of forms we are going to have in examples, and A is the matrix of the quadratic form. This A, symmetric matrix A, also called as a matrix of the quadratic form. So if you have in front of you quadratic form in this equation form, you can write from that matrix A. How? The coefficient of x square, y square, z square you have to write diagonally. Okay, then this entry 1, 2. So first variable is what? X. Second variable is what? Y. So here we'll have x into y. Okay, in the coefficient of a12 we'll have what? X into y. Similarly here also we are in the coefficient of xy we'll have what? A1, in the coefficient of a12 we'll have xy. So two terms of xy we have. So 2 times a12 xy. Okay, and similarly 2 times a13 xz, a23 yz. Okay, if you have this type of form, then from this coefficients of x square, y square, z square, xy, xz, yz, we can write this matrix. On equating the coefficient of x square, y square, z square will be your diagonal entries. The coefficient of x into y is 2 times a12. So when you will divide this x into y's coefficient by 2, you will get this entry. The same entry you write here. Then to get the third entry, you need to check the coefficient of x into z. So if it is whatever number it will have, negative, positive, just divide that number by 2 and write that number here and here. Okay, so once you write the first row, first column, and this also entry you are going to get. For determining the third entry of the second row, you need to check the coefficient of y into z. Divide that coefficient by 2, you'll get this coefficient. Means from quadratic form also you can write the symmetric matrix A, and that type of calculations we are going to perform in examples. Fine. Now the next thing is regarding the nature of a quadratic form. A real quadratic form X transpose AX is said to be positive definite. Now nature of quadratic form means what? It can be called as positive definite, negative definite, positive semi-definite, negative semi-definite, and one more is there, indefinite. Okay, we can classify this quadratic form in 4 or 5 types, 5 parts. Okay, that depends upon. It can be called as a positive definite if all of its eigenvalues are positive. All the eigenvalues of this A matrix A are positive, that is greater than 0. So each eigenvalue has to be greater than 0. Then such a quadratic form can be called as a positive definite. The next definitions, negative definite. When to call the quadratic form as negative definite? If all of its eigenvalues of the matrix A are negative, that is less than 0, then such a quadratic form can be called as a negative definite. The next definition, it is called as positive semi-definite if all the eigenvalues are greater than or equal to 0. Greater than or equal, it is quite similar to positive definite, just we have included 0 here. Means if you have some eigenvalue 0 and some eigenvalue is positive, okay, if 0 is also appeared, 0 we don't have any sign to 0, positive or negative. So if along with positive eigenvalues, if 0 is also one of the eigenvalue, in that case that quadratic form can be called as a positive semi-definite. Negative semi-definite is opposite to that. If all eigenvalues are less than or equal to 0, means some eigenvalues are 0 and some eigenvalues are negative, in that case that quadratic form can be called as a negative semi-definite. And when we'll call indefinite, if some eigenvalues are positive and some eigenvalues are negative, if some mixed eigenvalues we have, in that case that quadratic form can be called as a indefinite. Okay, now in this topic only one type of question we are going to take. Find the nature of the quadratic form, following quadratic forms. So here I have listed 6 examples. Out of that 1 or 2 I will do, the remaining you can do at your own once you understand how to check the nature of quadratic form. Nature of quadratic form means what? We need to decide in which one of these 5 forms, in one of these 5 types the given quadratic forms belong. Okay, that we have to decide. So for deciding this, we need to calculate the eigenvalues of matrix A, and the matrix A can be determined using the given equation of quadratic form. Okay, and once we get that matrix, calculate its eigenvalue, and just by checking their signs we can decide its nature. Okay, so let us start solving first example. So very first example, given quadratic form is X transpose AX equal to 3x square plus 5y square plus 3z square minus 2xy minus 2yz plus 2zx, right? Now here the matrix A we are going to write. Diagonally we write what? The coefficient of x square, y square, z square. So it is 3, 5, 3. Now this is symmetric matrix. So once we write these 3 entries, the same entries we are going to write on this side. So this is the entry. This entry is the coefficient of x, y. The coefficient of x, y is minus 2. Divide that coefficient by 2. So after dividing this minus 2 by 2, we'll get what? Minus 1. So that minus 1 you write here. This entry is x into z. Coefficient of x into z. First row means first variable, and first row third column. So first row is the first variable and third column is the third variable. So x into z's coefficient, it is plus 2 divided by 2, so it will be plus 1. Now here what remain now? X into y, x into z, so this will be y into z. Coefficient of y into z is minus 2, so divide that by 2, you get again minus 1. Now the same entries you write on this side. 3 minus 1, 1, 3 minus 1, 1. So minus 1, 1 in the column wise. And minus 1, minus 1, 5, minus 1. So minus 1, 5, minus 1. So this will be the symmetric matrix of this quadratic form. Now calculate its eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Okay, eigenvalues only. So let us start. So for 3 by 3 matrix, this is the formula for determining characteristic equation: lambda cube minus s1 lambda square plus s2 lambda minus determinant of a equal to 0. Now let us see the calculation of characteristic equation and eigenvalues. So S1 will be for this matrix 11, S2 will be 36, determinant of A will be 36. We know how to do all these calculations. So the polynomial will be lambda cube minus 11 lambda square plus 36 lambda minus 36 equal to 0. So after determining roots on calculators, we'll get spectrum of A as 2, 3, 6. That is the root of this polynomial will be 2, 3, 6. And since all eigenvalues of A are positive, hence the given quadratic form is positive definite, the first case. Now let us do the one more example. Second example, x square plus y 5y square plus z square plus 2xy plus 2yz plus 6xz is the given quadratic form. We denote it by x transpose ax. Now from this given quadratic form, let us write the matrix of the quadratic form A. How we write it? First we write diagonally coefficient of x square, y square, z square. Starting from x square 1, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1. All are plus. Now we write these three entries. So this is the coefficient of xy divided by 2. So coefficient of xy is plus 2 divided by 2 is 1. Coefficient of yz, this xy, yz. You can remember this sequence xy, yz. The coefficient of yz divided by 2 is again 1. And this, the coefficient of xz divided by 2, that is plus 3. Now write this entry 113 on this side as 113 because this matrix is symmetric matrix. So in this way you can form the matrix A, quadratic matrix of the quadratic form. Now once you get the matrix, determine the characteristic equation as it is a 3 by 3 matrix in all the examples. So it will be the formula for determining quadratic characteristic equation. Lambda cube minus s1 lambda square plus s2 lambda minus the determinant of A equal to 0. So after doing the calculation of s1, s2 and determinant, you get the values as s1 will be equal to 7, which is the addition of the diagonal entries. S2 will be sum of the minus of this diagonal entries. So it will be equal to 0. And determinant of this matrix will be minus 36. So minus minus will become plus 36. Again, if you calculate its roots, you will get the spectrum of A, that is the set of eigenvalues, is equal to minus 2, 3, 6. Now some eigenvalues are positive and some are negative. So minus this one eigenvalue is negative and two eigenvalues are positive. Since we have mixed combination of mixed values, that is some positive, some negative. In this case, the quadratic form is called as a indefinite quadratic form. So this is the nature of the second quadratic form, indefinite. So in similar way, you play with these examples and try to get. So first two I have solved. The next 4, 5 example you can play with it. Here in this matrix, quadratic form of this matrix of this quadratic form will be minus 2, minus 1, minus 3. Only diagonal matrix will get. Okay, and all other entries will be 0 because no coefficients we are having of x, y, y, z, z, x. Okay, so they will be 0. So diagonally will have minus 2, minus 1, minus 3. So for diagonal matrix, diagonal entries are nothing but their eigenvalues. So all the eigenvalues of this quadratic form are negative, minus 2, minus 1, minus 3. Hence, this quadratic form will be called as negative definite, right? So in that way, you can play with all these remaining examples and try to get this nature of all these quadratic forms. So this topic is very easy. In the next lecture, we'll start the remaining part of unit number 2, that is Sylvester theorem and the example based on that. So that's it from this lecture. Thank you. Hope you understood this discussion. Thank you.